Call the honourable member for Lindsay.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Look, it's quite an honour to speak on this matter of public importance today, but I'm just wondering where the minister who brought it before the chamber is. If it's so important, or the shadow minister, if it's so important, where is she gone? Where is she gone? Is she in her seat? No. Is she
Member for Shortland is being very disruptive.
Where is she gone? She was wanting answers
Member
from the
for
government.
Wakefield might find
we
himself
are all here, ready and waiting to
out
tell
of the
her,
chamber.
but she's disappeared.
It's her matter of public importance.
It's her matter of public importance. Is she under the dispatch box? No, I don't think so. Maybe she's back in her office with her feet up on the table and having a Tim Tam and a cup of tea. That's where the Shadow Minister for Health is. If it's such a matter of importance to her, she's clearly not in the chamber to even hear about it. In fact, the chamber's clear. There's only, what, 1, 2, 3, a couple that are leaving, that are left. So clearly the opposition really don't think this is an important issue. But it's lucky that the government is committed to the sustainability of Medicare. Today, Deputy Speaker, Medicare costs this country over $19 billion a year. In fact, Medicare has doubled over the last decade, from $8.6 billion in 2003-2004 to $19.1 billion in 2013-14. Deputy Speaker, over the next decade, Medicare will see an increase of about 80%, with projected spending to be about $34 billion by 2023-24. Now, if you average that out across every single Australian taxpayer, that's the first $2,000 of tax you pay goes towards paying Medicare.
Wow.
Now, personally, I think that's a great thing, but you know what? That's a lot of money. And into the future, can we afford to be continuing to do that and then to see that much of consolidated revenue going towards Medicare? Let's have a look. In 10 years' time, that will blow out from $2,000 to $4,000 a year for every single taxpayer. How are we going to look after the sustainability of Medicare for our children and our grandchildren? In fact, we are stealing from our children and our grandchildren. If Labor is truly honest about Medicare, they need to plan and tell us their vision for these blowouts. How are they going to plan for the blowouts that Medicare will have, that we are faced with an ageing population? Really, it is crunch time, and it's time for responsible governments that we are to make decisions to really make Medicare sustainable for well into the future. Now, those opposite have already straddled us with what's projected to be a $300 billion debt check. Labor has made such a mess already of the budgets that we are now cleaning up after. We need to look at how we are going to support Medicare. We need to look at the health of future generations. Now, I commend the Treasurer, I commend the Minister for Health and the former Minister for Health with having a medical research fund. Now, in Western Sydney, we are building a medical research facility. We are pairing with international institutions like the Beijing University of Chinese Medicine, where we will be looking at how you can fuse Eastern and Western techniques. Now, this medical research fund will provide Australia with the opportunity to have a healthy population, but also lead the world with medical research. This is important for Australia. This is important for jobs. This will create jobs for people right around our country. The science park that we've built in Luddenham will be 12,200 jobs. 12,200 jobs that will be in the space of medical research. They'll have a further 10,000 students that will be studying medical research. Sydney IQ Park in Werrington, that'll be a further 6,000 jobs in medical research. But you know what? Those opposite, they're not interested in technology, they're not interested in looking after the country, they're not actually even interested in how they are going to make Medicare sustainable well into the future. And you know what? They are not even interested in their own MPI. In fact, there are now only 2 in the chamber. Sorry, we've got a third that's walked in from the entire opposition. This is their question. They wanted to know the answers. The government is here. The government is telling them exactly what we're working on. But you know what? Those opposite are clearly not interested. All they are interested in doing is grandstanding and pretending they care, when really it's absolutely useless what they're going on with. Thank you.
The discussion has